companies or affiliates. It's time for Local Pulse from the newsroom of the Daily News of Newburyport. Timely, unfiltered, informed. Local Pulse with Joe DBAs. News, views, arts, and food from the source for area news and information. Local Pulse and the Newburyport Daily News. Now, Local Pulse.
Good morning. My name is Joe DBAs. You're listening to Local Pulse. It's July 11th, 2026. This is show number 589. And we have Pete Finn out there, our new video producer.
I am now officially a video producer.
Video producer.
Yes.
We're still getting used to the video aspect of Local Pulse. I think this is the fourth show we've done on video.
Yes.
And we're liking it.
Yeah.
I hope other people are. Leave a comment on our YouTube channel and let us know how you're liking the video aspect of Local Pulse.
Yep.
How was your week, Pete?
It was good. It was good. Happy summer, everyone.
Well, it's actually been a couple of weeks. We
It
took a
has.
couple of weeks off.
Yep. 4th of July, and then the week before that. So it's been 3 weeks.
Right. And let's see. We have a great show today. In just a minute, we're going to be talking with Jason and Jen Lacroix about Yankee homecoming and some of aspects of that. After that, we'll be talking with Jack Santos and Chris Edmonds about the 10th anniversary of the If This House Could Talk event, which is it's kind of not an event. It's a longer thing. Listen to the rest of the show, watch, and you'll learn about it. And then we'll be talking with Bethany Groff Dorau from the Museum of Old Newbury about the reading of the Declaration of Independence that's happening next weekend, July 19th.
Now, we have a packed house. It's great.
We do.
It's like
it's really
like
busy.
a real
this
thing.
morning.
We have a lobby, people coming in, coming out. It's great.
Yep. Anything that you want to mention, Pete?
Well, please check us out on Facebook Live, the live stream. I think you mentioned that also.
Yes.
And then on YouTube.
And I'd really encourage people to go to YouTube because I just learned, I said we're still learning about the video aspect of this. Facebook deletes the videos after a month.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that until this week, so I've got to figure out how to deal with that. But we're available on YouTube. Go to our Facebook page. There's a link to the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@localpulseradio.
youtube.com/@localpulseradio.
The @ symbol, Local Pulse Radio.
Got it.
Anything else?
No, I think we're ready to go.
All right. I would like to welcome back for their annual trip into Local Pulse, Jen and Jason Lacroix. How are you today?
Doing good today.
Doing good today?
Yep. Well, you got her to speak, so we're already out of play.
Yeah, Jen doesn't usually, she's few words.
So I'm not sure I'm going to do much for your video ratings with this puss, but you got to roll with the punches.
I'm looking at you. You look fine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you look fine. You look better on video than you do in person.
Well,
no, I shouldn't say that.
The fashion horse that I am with my,
Don't worry
sharp
about
attire.
it. You look fine. You look fine. So, how many years has Yankee homecoming been happening?
69 is this year. 69.
Wow.
And we'll be ramping up for a 70th anniversary next year, and planning for a 75th shortly.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. All right, so when does Yankee homecoming start?
July 25th, Saturday, July 25th is the official start date.
Is there usually on Friday night before there's like the Battle of the Bands?
Nope,
No.
we've eliminated that. That's so we switched by switching the Brewfest to the Caption Park area. We're able to free up the waterfront. So now the Battle of the Bands is actually Saturday night within the confines of homecoming. So
great.
That was actually a great shift to make it part of the 9 days rather than a separate
Very good.
day.
There's one event on our website that is for the Friday night. That is Salvation's Celebration. So that one there goes off on the Friday, the 24th, but it's not a Yankee homecoming event. It's just held during Yankee homecoming.
All right, we might as well talk about that. There are events that happen during Yankee homecoming that are not Yankee homecoming events.
Correct.
the one that always comes to mind for me is the bed race.
Absolutely. The bed race, the road race are both done by the Lions Club. Kids Day in the Park is the Exchange Club. Jen just mentioned the
Celebration.
Celebration.
Is,
That's the Salvation Army.
The Elks does a pasta dinner.
It's almost too many to list. You got to go to our website.
Sure. I was going to say that. It's yankeehomecoming.com, and there's an events page. And if I'm not mistaken, now the events page will have Yankee Homecoming other events.
Yes. All of the events, Yankee Homecoming and other organizations are all listed on the same calendar now.
Very good.
And this year we actually brought back our program book, which vanished during COVID, and we had trouble getting back off the ground. But this year, probably it'll be up this coming week. It's going to be a electronic program book, not a printed version.
Okay.
It's going to be free for download. We're not selling it or anything like that. But if you like the program book, you like the thing, always feel free to make a donation. But we'll talk more about donations after.
Okay.
But the program book is we're bringing it back, and we want to build it back up even more next year. But it's back and it's free, so put it on your phone, put it on your computer, print it out if you like. But it'll be there to grab for free.
Well, when you're out and about, you'd be able to look at it on your phone rather than saying, okay, you've got to carry the program book.
Absolutely.
I was always the guy that had to carry it, and it's just kind of like...
It's a nice keepsake, but
It is.
It's big. It was big. It was bulky. Yeah, when it's coming
expensive
up,
to print.
It's very expensive to print. Coming up with the times a little bit. It only took 69 years, but we're getting there.
All right. So one big change this year is the Brewfest, which has always been one of my favorite things, is now the Yankee Homecoming Kickoff Party. And it's changed a little bit in kind of character and who you're hoping will come.
We're coming up with the times again, so everybody knows that, brew pubs and breweries and wineries and are all family-friendly atmospheres now. And we rebranded it as a kickoff party. It is family-friendly. All ages are welcome. There's 2 wristbands. You'll be identified right when you come in. You'll either be over 21 or under 21. But yeah, we're hoping to attract more guests and more visitors, and obviously more funds to help fund the festival by welcoming entire families. And it'll still be a lot of the same old, favorites of sample brewing, sample malt liquors such as, Blue Moons, not Blue Moons, but
We have
High Noons,
ciders and
ciders,
seltzers type of things. We do have a mocktail booth this year as well for anybody who does not.
I have a friend who's appreciating that.
Yes.
And that's happening on Saturday the 25th
Correct.
at Cashman Park.
Cashman Park from 5 to 9 p.m. This year, we've also included the professional cornhole tournament will actually be attached to the Brewfest. And that was more of a logistics and timing thing on our part. The professional cornhole tournament used to be at the Elks Club the following Saturday, the fireworks Saturday. And from our standpoint, it was just combining it made sense because now we don't have to hire another band. We don't have to get another venue. The
People don't have to travel from the Elks Club down to
exactly
for the fireworks.
Right. And so basically there'll be the cornhole tournament. And like I said, this is the professional cornhole tournament. So you're really going to be good to participate in this one. Newburyport Cornhole has been a great partner with us through the years, and they'll also be back on Old Fashioned Sunday doing the amateur cornhole tournament up by the Superior Courthouse at the Bartlett Mall.
Mal. You could say Mal.
Well, I want to be politically correct for everybody. The Bartlett Pond.
Okay. All right. So how can people get tickets to the kickoff party, formerly the Brewfest?
If you go to our website, yankeehomecoming.com, if you go to the events page, actually, right when you log into our website, there is a pop-up banner there. And if you just click that, it will bring you to the page, and then there will be a link to Eventbrite. So the tickets are being sold through Eventbrite again this year.
All right. Are they virtual tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have some paper tickets. So every year we give Joe Aceta tickets to however you
give
want
away.
to give away. I think you do it by email or something like that.
We do it by an email.
So that we're providing you with a couple of tickets this year to give away. If somebody feels the real need to have a paper ticket, they can reach me through the website contact. We have a contact page instead of direct emails now. So just send an email, fill out the contact page, and we'll get back to you if you absolutely need a paper ticket.
All right. You're giving a pair of tickets away. So if you're 21 or over.
Nope, all ages.
Oh, all ages. That's right.
All ages.
All ages.
Yep. So if there's a 10-year-old that wants to email in and get some free tickets, go ahead.
Okay. So send an email to contact@localpulseradio.com, and in the subject line, put the word pretzel. Pretzel in the subject line, and then in the body of the email, your name and your phone number. And the first person to send an email to contact@localpulseradio.com with the subject line pretzel will win a pair of Yankee Homecoming Kickoff Party tickets, valued at $35 a piece?
$40 now. It went up to
$40.
$40 as of July 1st.
Okay, it still says $35 on the website.
It should say both.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's the bait and switch. We get you in at 35, and then here you go.
Okay.
It does say both, but
All right. So let's see. There's going to be kids' games, a mocktail booth you mentioned, food trucks, and music, and of course.
A huge inflatable obstacle course.
Oh,
Yes. So we have got an obstacle course that is 37 feet long.
okay.
It's going to be a lot of fun for the kids, and I have a feeling the adults as well.
Yeah, there's going to be some dads doing that, I'm sure.
yeah, absolutely.
All right. And that's happening Saturday, July 25th, 5 o'clock at the baseball field at Cashman Park.
Correct.
All right.
It is a rain or shine event too. So
a couple
I know
of years
people are
ago.
waiting, but let me tell you, the rain was one of the most memorable times, and we had people watching us from the houses around, and the brewers, the servers still talk about that. We're notorious around New England. We had the
It was a downpour.
it was unbelievable.
And almost no one left.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, that first little rain probably weeded out some of the more faint-hearted or thin-skinned, if you will.
Smarter.
Probably a little smarter. Yeah, I think I still have a pair of shoes that's still drying out. There was so much rain, but people had a blast. It was unbelievable.
We had a blast.
Oh,
I was actually just showing somebody the picture of our original OG producer, Greg Ogden, and me at Yankee Homecoming. We were just drenched. And it was a lot of fun. It was a beautiful day, and you just get wet. Big deal.
It's New England.
Big deal.
It's New England.
All right. Any new events at Yankee Homecoming this year?
We do have one. We have a volleyball tournament. So we partnered up with Newburyport school system, the women's volleyball program. So they're doing a volleyball tournament. It's going to be down on the waterfront on Monday, July 27th.
At what time?
I believe it starts at 9 o'clock.
All right. And can teams still sign up to participate?
Yes, teams can still sign up to participate. It's $200 for the team. They've got professional and amateurs competition going on in there.
All right, very good. And some old favorites. What are some old favorite events happening?
Well, I mean, later on in the show, you got folks here that are part of the Heritage Tours. The Heritage Tours are 20 to 25 different historical things going on throughout the city.
Well, they're with if this house could talk.
Yeah, and they're
That
part of
is
the
part
that is
of-
part of the Heritage Tours.
Okay.
This House Could Talk is part of the Heritage Tours.
Very good.
Lee Woodworth organizes all that for us. There's historic tours of cemeteries and captains, and so it's too much to talk about. Go to the website. Again, there's 20 to 25 different historical things you can do around the city. Of course, we got Old Fashioned Sunday. We got the parade. We'll talk about the fireworks in a minute. And we have a little snafu this year is we have Family Day. As many know, Family Day used to be at Maudsley. We were kind of priced out of Maudsley, so we transferred it to the Knock Middle School. Well, this year they're doing construction, and the school system said, well, the construction company don't want you here, so we're going to go over to Bresnahan School. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
an important change. It just hit the website this morning. We just toured it yesterday. So it's still going to be the same. There's going to be touch a truck. There's going to be booths, activities for kids to do. We'll have music. We have a DJ, music in the ground, music in the background. There'll be demonstrations by karate, sports. The sheriff's department is going to bring a dog by, and it's a favorite every year. So it's the same family day, just a different location, and it'll be between the Bresnahan School and the senior
Community
center.
Senior Center.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Very good. It's important to remember that it's expensive to run Yankee Homecoming. And so the kickoff party is a fundraiser that helps support it. You talked about donations. So let's talk about donations for a minute. And you're usually here to talk about donations for fireworks because fireworks are one of the more expensive things to produce for Yankee Homecoming.
it is very expensive. We tell people it's about $1,000 a minute, and a lot of logistics. Obviously,
Wait a minute. Say that again.
It's $1,000 a minute.
Okay. All right.
20-minute show is $20,000.
Okay.
So that it puts it in perspective.
It does.
It puts it in perspective. So this year we had started off with a $20,000 budget show. Thanks to the generosity of Mark Audette that owns the deck in Giuseppe's and the marinas across the road, he donated an extra $10,000 to bring the fireworks show up to $30,000 this year.
Okay.
That was kind of his stipulation. He's like, I'm not really donating to the original 20. I want it increased because of the 250th and et cetera. And so we still need to raise that $20,000. So folks, please don't think we're all set. We're still working at it. A lot of people, some people can only afford $20, $25, $50, $100. But those add up really, really quickly. Mm-hmm. We do have a lot of sponsors to support homecoming. But, there's the stuff behind the scenes that you just can't fundraise for. Like, nobody wants to sponsor a Jeffy John. But if you're out there and you want your name on a porta potty, give me a call. I'll make you up a sign. Really had to get people to sponsor insurance.
Maybe we want somebody else's name on that porta potty.
Maybe, yeah. We should probably do like a bitter ex's fundraiser, and if you're bitter against your ex, maybe you put his or her name on the porta potty. It might be a good fundraiser.
Okay. And there is a button on the homepage for Yankee Homecoming saying donate now. And you can click there and add a donation of any denomination.
Any denomination.
If someone wanted to chat with you about a more sizable donation, for instance, how would they get a hold of you?
They can fill out again, we have a contact form on the website rather than direct emails. Just fill out the contact form and you'll be forwarded to me or Jen or somebody else on the fundraising committee. Most likely me. It gets really tough this time of year because it's very hard for us. Like a lot of the bigger publicity stuff, like we have billboards on Route 1. Those are obviously already up. We can't offer that exposure, but we can do banners and we can do social media. We can do website presence. So we can still give people a lot of publicity, a lot of exposure for their donations and their sponsorships. Evening concerts are a great one. You put banners. People that may not really realize it, if you come down to our evening concerts, right, about 3 or 4 songs in, we do a bucket brigade. Volunteers span throughout the crowd, and people throw money just like an old-fashioned passing of the hat. Mm-hmm. Attached to the buckets, we also have QR codes for Venmo, and this year we have.
So this year we teamed up with Open Tip Jar.
Okay.
So we can do any type of credit card or Apple Pay donations as well.
Oh, very good.
So and that money too. Anything that's thrown in the buckets or donated online. It's important to note that 100% of the funds that come to Yankee Homecoming go back into the festival. There are no paid employees with Yankee Homecoming. We're, educating the public. We are not part of the city. We don't work for the city. We work with the city, obviously, because this is a big operation. We have to work with all the departments to pull this off. But we are our own 501c3 nonprofit. Run by volunteers, and it's important for the folks to know out there that we are really in need of volunteers. And we have a volunteers page. We have a volunteers database called Volgistics. You can log on and you can see the different, we actually have job descriptions on there for the different volunteers. So if you want to sign up for the kickoff party and you want to read what you'd be doing, you could be a rover, you could be checking IDs, you could be just help keep an eye on things. Old Fashioned Sunday is in dire need of volunteers this year. We've actually talked about scaling back Old Fashioned Sunday because of the lack of volunteers. So it takes people to run all those kids' games and hand out prizes and Shirley's store, Shirley's Penny Candy store. And the car show is kind of all set with people. Believe it or not, you can do the whole car show with like 4 or 5 people. Once the cars are parked, that's pretty easy.
Sure.
But yeah, it takes people to do this, and it takes people year round too. So if you don't like being out in the public or around people, we got stuff that you can do by email in the wintertime too.
All right, and you still have one general meeting left before the start of Yankee Homecoming happening on July 22nd.
Yes.
So if you're interested in volunteering, reach out before then, and then you'll go to that general meeting.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a different meeting too. That's really our kind of our cheerleader kickoff session. It's a lot more informal, so we just it's not a typical meeting, but we do start meetings after the first of the year formally.
Okay. We've got a busy morning here this morning in the studio. The website address is yankeehomecoming.com. The kickoff party, formerly the Brewfest, is happening Saturday, July 25th, 5 o'clock. Go online, get your tickets, because hopefully it will sell out. If you want a pair of free tickets, the first person to send an email to contact@localpulseradio.com. In the subject line, put the word pretzel, and then put your name and your phone number in the body of the email. And first person to send an email will get a free pair of tickets to the kickoff party. Anything else you want to mention before we wrap up?
No, I'm good.
This is easy. We do it by memory, and
Yep.
kind of just wing it.
Well,
People watching on video, she has a piece of paper. I'm just like I'm just looking at Joe. So this is very relaxed, and
I'm sorry you have to look at me.
This is like this is just like a conversation in the living room type of thing.
It sure is.
No, we want people to come out, and we want families and everybody to just come and have a great time and enjoy the city. Take part with the food vendors that we have, the booths, the craft show. Oh, the craft show is a little different this year. Real quick, the whole craft show is going to be on the waterfront in the wings of on either side, the new grassy areas, instead of spread out through downtown.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
great.
across from the swings.
Right, across from the swings.
Okay.
Sort of. That's
All right,
where-
in the new park
correct.
area.
Yeah. So 100% of the craft show will be down there.
Oh, excellent. Oh, it sounds like fun. I always love Yankee Homecoming. I live downtown now, and I participate a lot more than I used to, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a blast.
If you're one of those naysayers that doesn't like the vendors, ignore the vendors. But they're an important part of Yankee Homecoming because they pay a fee to have their booth. So don't worry about the vendors.
Yeah.
Just
if you don't like them, just continue on
Just
walk
keep
by.
walking by.
Continue on walk by.
walk on by.
Yep.
All right. Jen and Jason, thank you so much for all the work you do for Yankee Homecoming. It really is one of the special things about Newburyport. And everything starts Saturday, July 25th. Battle of the Bands is what time on Saturday?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
And that's on the waterfront.
Okay.
And so the Battle of Bands is on the waterfront. Brewfest family
Just-
party is down Cashman Park.
Walking down the waterfront a little bit further.
Absolutely.
All right. It's going to be a lot of fun, and congratulations on the 69th year of Yankee Homecoming.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Joe. Appreciate everything.
Oh, you're welcome. We'll be right back with Jack Santos and Chris Edmonds from If This House Could Talk from the newsroom of the Daily News of Newburyport right here on Local Pulse.
Today's Saturday, July 11th. I'm Pete Finn, and here's this week's calendar of events from the newsroom of the Daily News of Newburyport and Local Pulse. The Newburyport Farmers Market happens Sundays, rain or shine, from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. at the Tannery Marketplace in parking lot of the Tannery Marketplace on Water Street in Newburyport. Come enjoy all the market has to offer. Old favorite vendors are returning, and new vendors will be there. Veggies, meats, dairy products, baked goods, snacks, and more will be available, with music by local musicians. Go to the NewburyportFarmersMarket.org for more information and to sign up for the Farmers Market newsletter. The Newburyport Public Library presents movie matinees on Fridays at 2 p.m. This Friday, July 17th, it's Lorne, starring Lorne Michaels, Steve Higgins, and Colin Jost. This movie is rated R. Lorne Michaels creator of Saturday Night Live, offers unprecedented access to the man who built and sustained the institution for 5 decades. Come and enjoy the theater-like screen and sound system with fellow film buffs. The library has assistive listening technology for individuals with reduced hearing that sends sound directly to a hearing device. Contact the library at 978-465-4428, extension 2, before the program to learn more about this and other assistive technology options. This free event will be held in the program room and all are welcome. More information about this and all that's happening at the library is available at www.newburyportpl.org. The Central Congregational Church Community Breakfast happens Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pull up to the table or request your meal for takeout. Breakfast is always free and everyone is welcome. Volunteers serve a delicious meal every Saturday. The Central Congregational Church is located at 14 Titcomb Street, Newburyport. For more information about donating to support the program, volunteering to help, or other questions, contact the church office at info@centralnewburyport.org or call 978-465-0533. Join the Baby and Me group at Anna Jake's Hospital, Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. This free support group is for all birthing parents in the community. Get answers along your parenting journey. Give others encouragement and advice as you navigate this path together. We discuss all aspects of parenting. Guest speakers will occasionally present on a variety of topics: behavioral health topics, car seat safety, infant nutrition, infant growth and development. The group meetings are led by a birth center lactation consultant and registered nurse. Registration is not required, and these groups are free to anyone in the community. The Baby and Me group meets at the Morse Meeting Room at Anna Jake's Hospital, 25 Highland Ave in Newburyport. Go to ajh.org for details and for more information. That's this week's calendar of events from the newsroom of the Daily News of Newburyport and Local Pulse. If your organization or nonprofit has an upcoming event that you'd like mentioned on Local Pulse, send an email at least 2 weeks in advance to calendar@localpulseradio.com.
And we're back live on Local Pulse. My name's Joe DBAs. We've got Pete Finn out there pressing those buttons and working the cameras and cameras.
Keeping it all under control.
All under control. You're doing a great job, Pete. Right now, I would like to welcome back from If This House Could Talk, Jack Santos and Chris Edmonds. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hi, Joe. Thanks for having us.
Oh, of course. Always a pleasure. This is the 10th year. First of all, I can't believe that, but this is the 10th year of If This House Could Talk. Congratulations.
Thanks.
What is If This House Could Talk?
You know, it blows my mind that it's 10 years because we stole the idea from Cambridgeport, and they only did it for a year, maybe 2 years. So we in Newburyport, yes, once again, we set the tone. But If This House Could Talk is really something that is part of the Yankee Homecoming Heritage Tours part. It's all about history. It's all about the city and the people in it. And what people do is put signs up on their home that describe an event, a person, something about the house, and they put it up on the front, on their door, and or on the side of their door. It gives us an opportunity to walk around and learn a little something about our neighbors. And it's become quite the event during Yankee Homecoming for visitors. No longer are they just walking down N Street and State Street. They can actually get into the neighborhoods and really enjoy that part of the city.
All right. How can somebody participate? What's the process?
Well, there's not a lot of rules. When we first started this 10 years ago, people couldn't believe it. Well, don't you have to do this? Don't you have to do... No, do whatever you want. It's a very free form. Basically, you put together a sign or a poster, and I've seen somebody even do it on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and then post it on their door, so that's fine. Anything goes. And
I've also seen like really nicely done.
Right. Some people go all out. They go to the internet. They order vinyl, and they use it year after year. I've done that. So it's, but it's really anything goes. There's no rules. It's just participate. Come up with a story. It could be a story about your family. It could be a story that's current. It could be a story that's historical. It could be about the house. A lot of people like to describe their house and the architectural features, because after all, this is something that the Museum of Old Newbury, we'll have Bethany on after us, has helped us with and been a part of since the beginning, and it benefits the Newburyport Preservation Trust. Because it really, at the core of it, the houses is what help us tell the story. People create those signs, put them on the door, keep them up during the Yankee homecoming. Go to walknewburyport.com. There's a post up there called "It's Easy as 1, 2, 3," and it gives you the details in terms of how you enter it in online, so it shows up in the map and people can actually find your signs.
Okay.
So it's all the details are at walknewburyport.com.
And that allows people who are not necessarily participating by putting up a poster or signage to create a walking tour for themselves to go from property to property.
That was the other major barrier I had at the start was people said, well, this is a walking tour, right? Where do they meet somebody to walk around and go to every house? No. This is like self-directed. So you go to the website, you download the map, you download the list of houses, which Chris Edmond is here with me. He's like the genius behind all that technology and how we pull that together. And then and people go themselves and just walk around and look at the homes.
Chris, is your house on the tour?
Yes, it certainly is. It has been for many, many years. Talking about the map and the list of houses, when you download this, you can print them out, and then you can do a self-guided tour around the neighborhood. Visit as many houses and streets as you wish. And what I found when I've walked around is that people are only too willing. If they're in the yard, they'll come out and they'll talk to you and talk about their house and talk about any history, any particular story about the house that they're living in. And I found people very welcoming and friendly towards the whole program.
Now, in years past, I think on alternating years, you've created a book for the If This House Could Talk tour.
We have.
Featuring the houses that are on the tour.
Yep.
This is the 10th year. It's a big year.
Big year. Yeah, and Chris too he's the man on the spot with that book and the technology. Oh my gosh, this whole world of on-demand printing. He's got that down and has kind of figured out how to do it. But the first year, and I have it here for all of you viewers at home.
Yes.
This is a collector's item.
That's the first one.
Very first one. We do it every other year. This was actually done on Shutterfly. And, it's just a few pages. We probably had about 30 or 40 or 50 homes that year. And I don't think there's more than 2 or 3 copies of this around. But we've since graduated to hardcover and softcover of this beautifully bound book with pictures of the homes and pictures of the signs. So you can actually see it and look at the houses, look at the signs associated with the houses. So it's a great book. You buy them at Jabberwocky, you buy them online, you buy them at
Sketchbook.
The Sketchbook over off of Water Street in downtown, and it's a great fundraiser for the Newburyport Preservation Trust.
One of our team, Bob Watts, intrepid photographer that Bob is, and
we missed Bob this morning. He was going to be here, but he was under the weather.
That's right. People often see him on Facebook anyway. Come Walk With Me series that he does. So Bob is our intrepid photographer, and he bears the heat on his electric bike and goes all around the town, taking photographs of the houses, taking photographs of the posters that people have put up, and then we go through that list of photographs and pick out the best ones of that particular house, and then I will take those photos, take the houses and the poster pictures, and put them into the book. I have to tweak the pictures a little bit and format them just to fit nicely on the pages. The book is done alphabetically, and then we use we have been using Amazon publishing tool called KDP. And that is a self-publishing tool for any author to be able to self-publish their books. And then we take a batch order of those books, and then we distribute them to our retail outlets. They're also available on Amazon book website as well. And then all the proceeds, as Jack said, goes to the Newburyport Preservation Trust.
Oh, very good. Now, I imagine that some people may be hesitant in saying, well, I live in the house. I don't really know a lot about the history of it. How can I learn about the history of my house?
Yeah.
And you have some assistance with that available.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that's also on Walk Newburyport, because we've now collected about 10 years of information about how to do research on your own home. Certainly at the core of it is go visit the Museum of Old Newbury at the Perkins Art and Research Center.
Mm-hmm.
They're there to help and find out more stories about your home and the people in it. And the Newburyport Public Library Archival Center, they're there also to help, and they've been partners since the beginning to help us help people come up with stories. You know, it's been a real team effort. Besides Chris and myself, we got Bob Watson, Sharon Spieldenner is also part of the team in terms of pulling this all off. And thank God, because it's become quite a bit of work in the ramp up to If This House Could Talk.
Well, it's grown from the first year when you had your Shutterfly book to how many homes have been on the tour in past years?
We peaked at like 120 or something like that one year.
All right, and you're aiming for more than that this year.
Oh, we'd love to get as many as we can. You know, it's kind of it gets kind of interesting. You get new people to move into town that embrace this wholeheartedly. Then you get older people that says, "I've already put my sign up like 4 years in a row. Do I need to do it again?" So we're always kind of juggling.
Yes,
that.
the answer is yes.
Yes, the answer is yes. That's absolutely right. But it's a lot of fun for everybody. And Chris is absolutely right. I've seen it myself where there will be out-of-towners just reading the sign in front of the house, and then the owner steps out, and they get into these huge conversations. Or the neighborhood gets together, and Boardman Street is a great example. It was one year where we had a cluster of homes show up on Boardman Street. And I said, what the heck is going on over at Boardman Street? And that's when I met Chris and Barb Bailey and all the other people on Boardman Street and said, we love this. We're doing it for our street. So it becomes a real neighborhood thing, too.
Oh, very good. When are the posters displayed?
They start the first day. Well, officially, it's concurrent with Yankee Homecoming, which will be July 25th to August 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
We encourage, and people oftentimes on their own will put their poster up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And we also encourage that they can keep it up as long as they want. And you got to remember, this is different than the signs that the Preservation Trust makes, that you can go have them do the research on your home and then put this little formal sign on the house. This is a little bit more detailed. It's about the people. I just recently had a presentation at the Senior Center helping people do the research. And what we really are interested in is the stories about the people of the house. The house is important. It's kind of the catalyst, but it's the folks who lived in it, what they did. It could be as recent as the 1940s, or it could go back to the 1780s, from finding about information on the house, either handed down or at the archival center. So it really is, those people's stories are what make it happen. By the way, a tip for everyone, there's so much that shows up online. If you go online and look up census records, they're easily attainable.
Mm-hmm.
They're attainable up to 1940 now. And in the census record is not only the names of the people that live there. The census was taken every 10
Their
years since
occupations.
1780. It's what they did for a living, where they came from,
Mm-hmm.
where they were born, how many children they had, whether they're in school, whether, it's right there. You just go to the census, you put it into words, and you've got a story that you can tell.
Another great resource, and some people might be intimidated, and I encourage them to not be intimidated by salemdeeds.com.
Yes.
That's the registry of deeds that covers all property transactions for Newburyport and outside of Newburyport as well. But salemdeeds.com, you can put, it's pretty self-explanatory when you get there. And you can follow the history back and back and back to find out who lived in your house, when it was sold, how much it sold for.
Right. Exactly.
Right back to when you can see that it was vacant land in many situations.
Exactly. But, even when you're doing the research, and this is what the part of the history really is alive, and it's always changing. And I can tell you for a fact that you might tell one story and then later find out, oh, that story wasn't quite right. So maybe it changes to that.
What? There's like rumors and false stories about houses?
Yeah, and mistakes people make over
Sure.
time and that kind of thing. So history is constantly changing, and then you find new information. Something pops up, and Bethany, I'm sure, will tell you about the recent discovery of the Declaration of Independence in London.
Yes.
And how it came on a Newburyport ship. This was all new. Nobody knew about this until just a few weeks ago. So she's going to get into a lot of detail as your next guest.
All right.
But all that stuff pops up, even for your own house.
So the website for If This House Could Talk is walknewburyport.com. It's all spelled out. You do have a Facebook page as well, I believe.
We have a Facebook page, yep.
And it's
Yep.
If This House
And
Could
an
Talk
Instagram
Newburyport.
page.
Okay.
Yep. So you've got all the social media covered.
All the social media covered. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't done this before and you've said, "Oh, I'd love to learn more about my house," this is one of those things that kind of gives you a reason to not postpone anymore, not procrastinate anymore about doing research on your own house. And it's a great project to do with your kids.
Absolutely. The kids love it. Yeah. Especially when you get into the details, for sure.
Sure. All right. It's walknewburyport.com. It's If This House Could Talk. Watch for the book that will come out.
September, October time.
September. It takes time to put the book together.
Yeah. And it's all ready for holiday giving.
Ah,
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So, gentlemen.
One last thing
Sure,
I want
please.
to present to you formally.
Oh, wow.
I know the camera.
What is that?
We got, of course, it's the 250th anniversary of the founding of our nation, the Declaration of Independence. And we've got this little flag, historic Newburyport 250. I'm going to pass it to you.
Oh, thank you
to
so
pass
much.
on to Bethany, your next guest.
I sure will
who
do
is
that.
Instrumental in all the activities going on.
I
for,
will do that. I'm
the
going to put it right here so I don't forget. And thank you so much. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy walking around, following the map, and sometimes just happening upon a house with a poster out front, and you learn. Was there one about a cat that lived in a house? That was one of the stories?
Oh, could have been.
An
Yeah.
early story about the cat that lived in the house. So it doesn't have to be about the house. It can be about who lived there, who visited there. It's a lot of fun.
There was one near my house. Was Sting played here in the 90s.
Sting?
Sting.
Really?
Wow. Okay, that's a story.
That is a story. Wow. All right. Gentlemen, Jack Santos and Chris Edmonds, thank you so much for coming in to talk about If This House Could Talk. And I look forward to seeing all those posters about the history of houses and residents of those houses throughout Newburyport.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks,
All
Joe.
right. We'll be right back with Bethany Groff Dorau from the Museum of Old Newbury right here on Local Pulse.
Today is Saturday, July 11th. I'm Pete Finn, and here's this week's calendar of events from the newsroom of the Daily News of Newburyport and Local Pulse. The Newburyport Farmers Market happens Sundays, rain or shine, from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. at the Tannery Marketplace in parking lot of the Tannery Marketplace on Water Street in Newburyport. Come enjoy all the market has to offer. Old favorite vendors are returning, and new vendors will be there. Veggies, meats, dairy products, baked goods, snacks, and more will be available, with music by local musicians. Go to the NewburyportFarmersMarket.org for more information and to sign up for the Farmers Market newsletter. The Newburyport Public Library presents movie matinees on Fridays at 2 p.m. This Friday, July 17th, it's Lorne, starring Lorne Michaels, Steve Higgins, and Colin Jost. This movie is rated R. Lorne Michaels, creator of Saturday Night Live, offers unprecedented access to the man who built and sustained the institution for 5 decades. Come and enjoy the theater-like screen and sound system with fellow film buffs. The library has assistive listening technology for individuals with reduced hearing that sends sound directly to a hearing device. Contact the library at 978-465-4428, extension 2, before the program to to learn more about this and other assistive technology options. This free event will be held in the program room and all are welcome. More information about this and all that's happening at the library is available at www.newburyportpl.org. The Central Congregational Church Community Breakfast happens Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pull up to the table or request your meal for takeout. Breakfast is always free and everyone is welcome. Volunteers serve a delicious meal every Saturday. The Central Congregational Church is located at 14 Titcomb Street, Newburyport. For more information about donating to support the program, volunteering to help, or other questions, contact the church office at info@centralnewburyport.org or call 978-465-0533. Join the Baby and Me group at Anna Jake's Hospital, Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. This free support group is for all birthing parents in the community. Get answers along your parenting journey. Give others encouragement and advice as you navigate this path together. We discuss all aspects of parenting. Guest speakers will occasionally present on a variety of topics: behavioral health topics, car seat safety, infant nutrition, infant growth and development. The group meetings are led by a birth center lactation consultant and registered nurse. Registration is not required, and these groups are free to anyone in the community. The Baby and Me group meets at the Morse Meeting Room at Anna Jake's Hospital, 25 Highland Ave in Newburyport. Go to ajh.org for details and for more information. That's this week's calendar of events from the newsroom of the Daily News of Newburyport and Local Pulse. If your organization or nonprofit has an upcoming event that you'd like mentioned on Local Pulse, send an email at least 2 weeks in advance to calendar@localpulseradio.com.
And we're back on Local Pulse. My name's Joe DBAs. We've got Pete Finn there. Good job on the calendar today, Pete. And right now, I'd like to welcome back Bethany Groff Dorau from the Museum of Old Newbury. Welcome, Bethany.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for a fun morning here.
I want to present to you this wonderful flag that Jack Santos from If This House Could Talk wanted me to give to you. I don't know why he wanted me to give it to you, but
Well, he thought I had given it to him. I think that was the funny thing. He came in, he said, "Oh, this is great," and I said, "Give it to me. I will accession it." This is how I get all the stuff. I just tell people that that needs to be part of the museum, but I don't know. It probably does.
It's a big time for the Museum of Old Newbury right now with the 250th and the upcoming reading of the Declaration of Independence that's going to happen on July 19th. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
And this surprise out of nowhere, the discovery of one of 11 Essex prints of the Declaration of Independence in England.
Yes.
That was
in the National Archives.
Taken from the privateer Dalton back in 1776.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every single nerd alarm was ringing. I'm surprised I didn't sit straight up in bed in the middle of the night when they found it. So it was at the National Archives. The National Archives, of course, people get confused. This is the one that's in London. This is and they have what they call prize papers. So any vessel that was taken by the Royal Navy, they're a bureaucratic organization. They had to go back and prove that in the court that the vessel was what they call a lawful prize, meaning that it could be taken. And in order to do that, they had to gather evidence. And so all the paperwork that would have been on a vessel like this would have been taken and brought to the court. So then after the court case, it was, spoiler alert, it was in fact condemned as a lawful prize and everyone was thrown in jail. But the paperwork just ended up in the records and that's where it was. And so they know that this Declaration of Independence left Newburyport. I have to say Newburyport 100 times when I talk about the story, because people want to talk about it being an Exeter printing. They want to talk about it being in London. They want to talk about the Declaration as a national story. And I'm like, this is a Newburyport vessel with a Newburyport crew. This is a Newburyport story, man.
Well, the reason I mention that it's an Essex printing is because the Essex printings, were they called?
Exeter.
I'm sorry, Exeter. I was just talking about the Essex Registry of Deeds.
Yeah.
They were called broadsides, right?
Yeah.
And there were only 11 of them printed in Exeter.
Not true.
Oh.
There are only 11 of them that survived.
11 that survived.
Yes, there were many more printed.
And they were distributed widely widely. They went on ships like the Dalton, which was a privateer. They went to churches for ministers to read when everyone gathered, so that people in the colonies could know that the Congress had said, we're declaring independence from England.
Exactly. I mean, this is an incredibly important document. And I think it's very, very hard for us to put ourselves in the position of someone in 1776 where the printed page really is that, and literal word of mouth is the only form of communication, the only way for news to move. There's no telegraph, there's no telephone, this is it. So if you want information, accurate information to get out there, you have got to print something quickly, and you've got to get that print out there. So as soon as the Declaration of Independence, as soon as independence was declared, it started this chain reaction where everyone was trying to make sure that everybody got the news. And it was, certainly easier to get the news out there in print than by hand, although it was copied into a lot of town record books by hand. The idea being
there was no photocopying.
No. And so the easiest way to make real prints of this that seemed authoritative and spread the word was to print it. So there were probably, I don't have a good idea of how many were originally printed in Exeter. I'm sure.
What I read was
sure
they were
somebody
printed
knows
over
that.
several days. There were a number
Between the
of them.
16th and the 19th. And let me tell you something. I'm going to make people prove me wrong, but the copy that was read on the 19th, which we'll talk about in a minute, but in Newburyport, was most likely an Exeter declaration. In fact, it's possible that it is the document that ended up in London. There were a number of them, but that definitely a printed copy of the Declaration came to Newburyport. It would make perfect sense that it came from Exeter. In the Revolutionary War records, Exeter, Portsmouth, Newburyport, York. I mean, we are all the committees of safety are working together. There's no real division over state lines. I mean, there are some, but our closest sort of partner in a lot of this stuff is Portsmouth, which is blockaded. So we're trying to help them, and there's a lot of community around the early years of the Revolution, and I think it's completely. It's very likely that it was an Exeter Declaration that was read to Newburyport publicly on the 19th of July.
That's very interesting.
1776.
Have you been to the National Archives in D.C. to see the Declaration and the plate that
Yes.
they printed other copies from?
Oh yes, absolutely. I have a funny.
You have goosebumps.
I do. I'm such a dork. I love this all so much. And my daughter, who was quite young, we were visiting my other daughter in D.C., and my daughter tripped as she was going up to look at the Declaration of Independence, like almost
Landed on the glass.
almost landed on the Declaration. We still tease her about that, but a security guard was very nice about it. But she caught herself before she actually fell into the Declaration.
And these broadsides are important because the one that's at the National Archives is barely legible. I mean, it's faded, and it was
Right.
mishandled for many years. I was listening to a podcast recently of a historian. I think I sent it to you.
Yeah, you did. It was wonderful.
And he said the original Declaration was lost for 40 years. They didn't know where it was. They
Right.
didn't even know that it had existed.
Well, its purpose was not to be a piece of ephemera, or a piece of somebody's collection. The purposes of broadsides are to get news out there, and then nobody really cares after that. I mean, one of the most incredible collections we have at the Museum of Old Newbury is broadsides, because they were ephemera. People weren't keeping them. They weren't collectibles. They were printed on sort of crappy paper, and it was a way to get news out there cheaply and quickly. So I'm not surprised at that. The point was independence. The point was not to hold on to this document.
So on July 19th, so that's a week from tomorrow, there's going to be a reading of the Declaration of Independence in Market Square, which is what happened on July 19th, 1776, correct?
Correct. There is a remarkable record of actually an eyewitness. Well, I mean, he was more than an eyewitness. It was Tristram Dalton, after whom the Newburyport vessel was named. He was one of their owners. Anyway, he wrote to his friend Elbridge Gerry, who is probably best known for
Gerrymandering.
gerrymandering. And he said basically like, well, we've done it now. The die is cast. We're all in it together, and God help us. Like basically, having just heard the reading of the Declaration of Independence from the meeting house, which was then in Market Square. So we are going to read the Declaration of Independence in the same place where it was read 250 years ago. There's going to be over 100 reenactors. There's going to be artillery companies. There's going to be, people portraying townsfolk, craftspeople. So it's going to be an all-day event, and we're really going to try as much as we can to put people in the mindset of what was here 250 years ago and what it felt like to be a member of this community, and hear the reading of the Declaration. Now, having said that, people say, oh, this is the first time they knew that we had declared independence. I mean, news travels, even in a time when it has to travel by horseback. So what this was on the 19th was the first time that everyone heard this together. This is a community declaration, and you have to imagine how monumentous that must have felt to people here.
It must have been. We think of it, when we learn about it in school and in our history classes, we're the good guys.
Yeah.
Right? The Patriots were the good guys. It was treason. They were revolting against the king and against the empire.
It was an extraordinary risk, and it was also, for a lot of people, it was very painful. We were British. I say we, my inbred townie ancestors were standing out in Market Square. But there were incredible ties of family and friendship and relationships that had developed over many centuries. And I think it's very easy in hindsight to say, yeah, we would have been there cheering on this declaration. But it was pretty much everybody that commented on it was like, well, we've done it now. I guess we better be ready to fight. It was an extraordinary risk. Every document that I have read from someone shortly after the Declaration basically said, we are now risking our lives, all of us.
Well,
And
they were.
They 100% were. It was a dangerous thing. I had a wonderful professor in college who basically said, this is the arrival of the divorce papers. You've just been served divorce papers. Like you can you can have a trial separation, you can fight, all those things. He really spun out the analogy. This is the time when the papers arrive, and it's all real. And that was sort of helpful for me, thinking about, okay, we've been, there've been fights, there's been ugliness. This is real now.
So on the 19th, when do the festivities start?
So on the 19th, there's going to be things going on all day, starting at 10 a.m. But then at 1:45, the sort of procession is going to start in Brown Square, which is across from City Hall, and we are going to process past down Pleasant Street, past the First Religious Society, which is now the Unitarian Church, which is the meeting house where that is the congregation that they were. That this was read from, even though the building was in a different place.
The building wasn't there yet.
It's complicated, but yes, it's important. And they're going to ring their bells, and it's going to be great. And then we're going to process.
They're going to ring the Paul Revere bell?
They're going to ring all the bells. We're all going to ring all the bells.
Okay.
It's going to be great. And then we're going to go down to Market Square, and there's going to be a couple of words. Governor Healy is going to be present, along with, of course, the mayor and Senator Tarr and Representative Shand, various other folks that are, obviously have been with us on this journey for the last 2 years, commemorating the 250th. And then we are going to have a public reading of the Declaration of Independence. It's going to be really special. We have a whole bunch of copies of the Declaration of Independence, sort of bound, transcribed copies. So if people want to follow along, they want to have this to keep, we will have them to hand out. That's very important to us. Let's go into people's hands. We're going to have flags people can pick up. It's going to be historically inaccurate flags.
Historically
inaccurate flags. It's very hard to get mass-produced, 1776 flags. So.
Okay, what's the inaccuracy?
Oh, it's an American flag.
Oh, just okay, with 50 stars on it.
Yeah, exactly,
okay.
exactly.
Okay.
I inherently chafe at, I wish we could get exactly what would have maybe been flown in 1776, but it's not really. That level.
I'm surprised with the 250th. You think some entrepreneur would have?
Oh, there's plenty of flags out there that say 1776 or whatever. But again, we need to get 500 of them. So.
Right. Sure. Okay. You have a cast of characters reading portions of the Declaration.
I think I'm going to leave that part a surprise.
Okay.
I mean, the surprise is not that John Cena is coming, so don't get all excited.
You wanted him to come. If
I
anyone
did.
knows,
I still want John Cena to come. And
Okay.
I want to thank everyone in the community that sent me his elementary school teacher, his mother's landscaper, his prom date. I reached out to every person that was sent to me. I will be honest. I never thought John Cena was going to come. He's a busy, busy man with a lot of stuff to do. But it got everybody talking about the event. So I think that was really my ultimate goal. And if he came, it would have just been candy. So if he does still want to come, you got a week to plan, mister.
Okay. And the reason you're mentioning John Cena is because he was a local guy.
Yeah. And not only is he a local guy, he's a West Newburian like me.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school with my sister, and he is, I think he is a very visible sort of old Newbury
He does come
figure.
to town with
He
some
does.
regularity.
He absolutely does. And he also has some really, strong feelings about this country, and is really, is engaged. I don't mean he's engaged politically in the civic life of this country. And I think it would be incredibly meaningful to him as well. It's not just for us, John, it's for you.
Okay.
We're doing this for you.
It's all about you, John. Reach out to Bethany at the Museum of Old Newbury if you can make it, John.
Yeah, come on. Give me a call. 978-462-2681. Call me.
All right. What else is going on, real quickly, what else is going on at the Museum of Old Newbury?
Oh my goodness, everything. We're really leaning into this being this special year. We're doing a lot of Revolutionary War programs and tours and all sorts of things. And we're doing a big event in the fall, which I'll come back and tell you about, at a private home that was a Revolutionary War tavern. Mm-hmm. That's going to be fun. Yep. So just keep an eye on our website, newburyhistory.org. Sign up for our newsletter. Come and visit us. We're doing tours Thursday through Sunday from now until the middle of October. We're open for tours all year now, so you can make an appointment. We are just buzzing. It has been such an incredible time to be in this community at this museum. So I'm so grateful.
And come out to Market Square on July 19th.
Yes, next Sunday at 2 p.m. You're welcome to join the procession earlier if you want, but definitely if you want a prime seat, get to Market Square and be there for 2 p.m. for the reading of the Declaration of Independence.
It's going to be a really special event. It's
I might cry.
You're going to have goosebumps, that's for sure.
For sure.
All right. That's it for this week's episode of Local Pulse. I want to thank everyone that came in, Jack Santos and Chris Edmonds, Jason and Jen Lacroix, and of course, Bethany Groff Dorau, who's always welcome to come in and talk about Newbury, the greater Newburyport area's history. We'll have you back to talk about the event you're having in the fall. I'm very curious.
Ooh, I can't wait.
All right. That's it. And I will talk to you next week. Thanks so much.